Hi there. You're watching Sipping Off the Cuff and listening to Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media on all of our channels. I'm Mike Morales here in San Antonio. That gentleman out there is
Eric Zandona in Vancouver, Washington.
Eric, and I have had the very distinct pleasure, mostly, of tasting and dissecting Encantadora. Now we tasted all the tequila iterations, or at least we tasted a Blanco, a Joven, and an Ultra Añejo. They completely bypassed the Reposado version of this whole thing. This is interesting, Eric, because it's an aqua glass, and they are claiming this is the first Mezcal Cristalino. Okay. There's a lot of things that are interesting about this. First of all, it's a medley.
Yeah.
So it's Espadín and Tepestate, and it's at 80 proof.
Yeah.
The one thing that's missing, if you've been watching the whole journey with us, the mezcal does not have added salts, to my knowledge. It doesn't say shake it. It doesn't tell you to do that on the label. The added salts being magnesium and potassium, and I believe there's one other one that they're using. So they're electrolytes. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's taste this sucker, because I lately we've had some really great medleys and for mezcal that have been really stellar on our Sipping Off the Cuff. I'm using my mezcal jarrito.
My handy dandy Glencairn.
There you go. Nice even legs and tears.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Nice. Very nice.
Nice clear color.
Yeah. This is aged, it says on the label, aged 2 months. They're claiming it's the first Mezcal Cristalino. I think there's one other one on the market that I know of right now. Oh, wow. Hey.
Yeah. It's got a really nice nose to it. I mean, this is sort of classic artisanal mezcal. Interesting, excuse me. Interesting choice on going with a reposado and then charcoal filtering it, but the aromas are really still strong. You know, you got a light bit of smoke, but lots of agave coming through.
Great agave.
A little bit of sweetness, a little bit of dry earthiness. So really, really inviting for mezcal drinkers.
Yeah, and there's not a whole lot of alcohol. I'm not getting it. It's very, very agave forward in the nose, and both kinds. You can distinguish the Tepestate from the Espadín.
Yeah.
This is lovely. Wow, let's try this. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Really nice.
Oh my gosh.
So definitely more smoke on the palate, but tons of agave, just all over the place. Real bright mineral character on the palate. There's like with the Blanco tequila, there was a lot of sweetness on the front end of the palate. Here, the sweetness doesn't come until the back end of the palate, and it's really nice. I'm really enjoying this.
Yeah, this is really something. Between you and me, do you think that making this a Cristalino, in other words, aged 2 months, you think that was overkill? Do you think it actually needed it?
Probably not, but I could see, most mezcal that's purchased is the Joven Mezcal Artisanal, or the Artisanal. So I could see them maybe wanting to sort of appear in that sort of vein by not having a color to it. Plus, with the aqua glass that they have, if it had a slight yellow hue to the spirit, it would sort of changed the color a little bit of the glass, and so I could see for certain appearance purposes, filtering it. I don't think it was necessarily. I don't think it was really necessary,
Mm-hmm.
but I understand it. So, whereas like with Cristalino añejos or Cristalino extra añejos, sometimes it's like, why? I mean, don't you
Yeah.
want the color? But with this, it was probably not very dark to begin with,
Mm-hmm.
just at 2 months in a used barrel, probably, or maybe even a new barrel. So probably didn't have a ton of color. So I could kind of see why they're just like, let's take it out, and then it kind of looks like all the other mezcal people are drinking. And
Well, I mean, it's funny. I know that there's a lot of conversation going around with cristalinos, and it's just a fad.
yeah,
It's a category, but it's not a recognized category with the normas. But everybody's making one,
right.
in tequila, and I do know of one more in mezcal. But honestly, and even the idea of putting it in wood to round out the edges, I don't think with a tepestate so that it needs to have the edges rounded off. I don't. I've had
Right.
medleys. You and I have had medleys and several mezcals together, and I don't see, I don't perceive any real softness that's happened. In other words, like I said, maybe it's overkill. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's hard to know too. Like maybe so. Some of these things, as you know, in Mexico are uh, out of convenience more than anything else.
Yeah,
So it's possible that this mezcalero, rather than putting it in glass while waiting to bottle, was like, well, I'm out of glass jugs. Here's a barrel.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's possible. You never know exactly why some of these choices are made. Most of them, at least in my experience for mezcal, are just convenience.
Yeah.
Like it's what we had, so that's why we did it.
It's got a great finish.
Oh yeah.
It's lovely, lovely combo. I love it. I love it. I don't think that it needed to be crystallinoed, but hey,
I
that's
don't
up
think
to
it hurts
guys.
it. I don't
Yeah,
think.
yeah. I don't think it doesn't hurt it, but was it necessary? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. For mezcal drinkers,
Yeah.
I love the finish. I love that it's
Yeah.
got a nice rustic flavor to it.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, I'm just going to go ahead and say it's just a brand
Yeah. I
nominee.
agree. So one of the things I think is really nice about this is that even at 40% or 80 proof, the flavor is really, really nice. So you don't lose anything in flavor at the lower proof for artisanal mezcal. Often you'll see them at 43, 45, 46.
Right.
So you don't lose any of the flavor there, which is really nice, really solid uh, mixture of the espadín and tepestate.
Yep.
So overall, really nice. Definitely brand of promise
Yeah.
nominee.
I agree. I totally agree. And I'm not sure that it mentions it on the bottle, but as is the law now with mezcal, every mezcal must have a QR code, a holographic QR code. You can snap that, get yourself a good QR code reader, and it'll give you all the information. It'll tell you this one was very precise. They're only by law they don't need to put anything but the minimum information, but this will tell you the altitude, who's the maestro mezcalero,
Mm-hmm.
how it's distilled. It'll give you all the information. She really the owner of this brand, her name is Alexa Eve, and we nominated the whole packaging thing. And she I guess she hails from Miami. She and her team. She's just really pushed the limits on this whole thing. Wait till you see the next two iterations, folks. This is
Yeah.
really she's really on the cutting edge of something.
Yeah.
But this right here, love it. This is
Yeah.
what do we know what a price point is for this one?
Yeah, it's 69.99, which for a artisanal mezcal is actually right in the middle of the pack, I'd say, for price point.
I think
So very solid spirit, really, really tasty. And you know, I've seen, you know, some artisanal mezcals in the 120s, 140s. So this is a really nice expression.
Yeah, I think so too. I totally agree. I think she and her team did a wonderful job with this.
Yeah.
I love the packaging. I love everything about it. And the Cristalino doesn't hurt it. So what the hey, right?
Yeah.
But that's our take on Encantadora Cristalino Mezcal. This is at 80 proof, by the way. Lots of character at this ABV. Um, so anyway, that's our take. You have been watching and listening and sipping off the cuff if you've been sipping with us. I'm Mike Morales here in San Antonio. That gentleman out there is
Eric Zandona in Vancouver, Washington.
And again, if you're following us on any of our channels, please do so. You can, subscribe to YouTube if that's where you're at, and hit that notification bell so that way every time we upload a video with Eric on it, you'll know. If you're listening to us on Spotify or iTunes, please subscribe. And whatever you do, tomar sabiamente.
Sip wisely.